This is the Learn Bajan live chat. This is the one-stop shop for everything Bajan. So today is the first of many chats, I hope, where I'll be featuring a guest and we'll be talking about Bajanisms. But I'm here with my guest today, man, Gibbzy Dan.
Okay, no, sir.
Everybody knows him as Gibbzy Dan. I know him as Gibbzy Dan. And we're talking a little bit today about his craft. We're talking a little bit about his enthusiasm for Bajan. Gibbs, tell the people about yourself.
Claim to fame obviously would be true as mine. That's my heritage, that's my past. That's what brought me to this place I am at today. I would have started that journey when I was like 13 years old, you know, writing little songs in the back of my exercise books instead of doing the people homework. And that evolved into eventually getting the intestinal fortitude to let people hear what I have written. And then when I realized people like it, they keep coming back for more. So then I had a supply and demand situation going on. And then joined forces with Dottie. And we start as man all back in third form. And it just grew. And then around 2005, we decided to, like, we met this thing official, register the name with corporate affairs, and start taking it seriously and going on the business side as well. It's been a fun journey. And all I live to do is just push Barbadiana in my music and push the culture wherever I go, that sort of way.
So anybody watching the show today should be able to come away with a feeling like they learn something about Bajan.
Oh yeah, for
so
sure.
Talk to me a little bit about using it in your music.
Well, for Asman, that was law. And to this day, that's still law for me in terms of it got to be Bajan. There was a period in time when it wasn't the popular choice. Know that we got Bashment Soca and people really know excited about the Bajan dialect in the music. Before us, there was that period where that had people like Ryan King Rudy, Lil Rick, Kid Sight, Peter Ram, and a whole slew of artists that was chanting in Bajan dialect too. Yeah, like ABCs.
Okay.
Maybe Peter Ram had Quicksand down in your back.
Right. Exactly.
Kid Sight had a whole bunch of, right, they had a lot of men back then that was just spitting in Bajan, raw and rough on dancehall rhythms, right? But there was a period where when we was coming up now, that was kind of on a decline. A lot of them men had went into soca and stuff like that. So there was a little period where, honestly, there wasn't much going on with the Bajan dialect. And people started to more gravitate towards the Jamaican sound or the American sound. Who wasn't rapping was singing dancehall or reggae. As man, we was adamant that, listen, we doing this thing in Bajan dialect because it feel more natural, and the reception we used to get when we drop certain lines in the Bajan dialect, you can top it.
And this was at school.
Yeah, this is all back in school days, you know, when you're young and you're dropping little songs on the ZRs and stuff like that. I got people slapping at the roof. You met the conductor jump out the van and run down the gap.
You used to be chanting in the van when you were at school?
Yeah, 'cause I had write a song named Mechanic
Okay.
about this van driver named Mechanic. I perform it for he a time in he own van. So the man was getting he owned the plate that he ain't pay for. The man was freaking out at the facts. This little man write a song about he and how he's driving the van and
Well, what was the reaction?
the roof get bent out of shape because obviously with all them slaps, you know, the roof get bent up, has some dents in it. Mechanics start to shape out the van while like performing live and stuff. So it just show you the visceral reaction Bajan's got to a Bajan accent dropping certain lines.
Yeah.
You can't top it. You can't top it.
I guess for them sort of people at the time, you didn't really see it done before, so you didn't actually know that it could happen to you. You actually hear it happen, somebody deliver it for you and package it for you. Give me some of your favorite lyrics, man, over the years. It could be your own or it could be another Bashment Soca artist, but keep it Bajan if you can.
All right, let me see. Let me go back to when I was a youngster coming up. I gotta say, Eric Lewis was one of my bigger influences. Eric Lewis had songs like Saturday Night. He had songs like The Lawyer. When he was, you know, Dr. Lawyer, Bike Manager is the most popular line from that song. But I think the Viagra song was the one that blew my cool. And he had this punchline, cause I remember he dropped it at back in all time. This was back in VHS days. And he had this punchline that mashed up the whole gymnasium. And it was, she tell me use condoms. I ain't mean to boast or brag. Them things too small for me. I just use a sandwich loaf bag. And let me tell you something, right? When he dropped that in the gymnasium, people take the plastic chairs that they was sitting down in and pelt up in the roof. And they had a mash up.
Unprecedented reaction.
That was one of the hardest punchlines I ever heard in my life to this day.
You was there.
I was too young to be there. I would have been like 12 or something. So I wasn't allowed to be at them sort of things. That was big people things. But that was a fantastic punchline. I want to pay homage to some other artists. Well, one of my former group members, Levi, aka Levitants, who
Shout out Levi King.
yeah, large off yourself, Levitants, who's one of the deadliest people that I know when it comes to the formulation of punchlines. One of my favorite ones from he is when he said, "Like a porn star, we perform, people got to come." That's one of the hardest things. Look,
My engineer here breaking down, man.
it's lines like that, right? That he just wish that you had come up with him. The mastery in that, right, is a perfect double entendre. You get where I'm coming from. So
I just want to ask before we move on. There's a line he come with on his spot, or he could make that one at home. He ain't share it with the man. He land to perform one, like he just dropped that.
no, that was on a song that we had near Represent. The first time I hear it was, I think, maybe when he was recording it in the booth. It was fun back then because you write your verse by yourself. Everybody reconvene now to record. That's when you hear what man got for the first time. It's competition too, because you ain't want the softest verse for the song.
Nah.
So you want to hear what the rest of the man got and size up one another. So when he dropped that line, I was like, oh God.
You gotta go in and come fresh.
I didn't like my verse, but my verse was, it wasn't Pandal level in terms of, Levi just punched like Sign Firss, man.
Well, you are a man. I don't know how many people know this. I know definitely people in the artsy circles in Barbados know. This is the first Bajan that we ever had feature in a Santana video. Everybody knows the Santana videos. They're very popular, but it's Trinidadian. So this is the first man we ever had that did a Bajan character in a Santana video. Give you a little bit of the experience, man.
The creator of Santana, it may be more than one person, but the person that I'm always in contact with is Roger Alexis. Large off Lexo TV, and I would have met him through my girlfriend because they're good friends. From interacting with him, he always said, "Man, you know what, Gibbs, I ain't gonna try to do the Trini accent 'cause I ain't good at it." But he always said, like, "You know what, Gibbs, I like your energy and thing. I gotta find something to put you in these songs." When now a few years passed, I didn't study in that no more, and the man just showed me a day and was like, "Hey, Gibbsy, listen, I got a character that I feel I want you to voice. Is this old man? He kind of pervy, you know, and he's a Bajan."
He tell you why he wanted a Bajan character?
I think he just realized that they always had a relationship between Barbados and Trinidad.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, and I think he just wanted to bridge the gap.
Flying fish.
And finally yeah. Yeah, and I think he just wanted to bridge the gap and finally introduce a Bajan into the mix. And I am extremely humble and grateful that he chose me. When he sent me the script, I was real excited. I do the character, and when I upload it and stuff, a lot of people was like, "Whoa, Bajan." Even some trainees was like, "That man's a Bajan for sure." So it was a fun experience, man.
So then people could find out on Lexo TV on YouTube.
Yeah, Lexo TV on YouTube.
Well, I just want to talk.
Or just go up on my Instagram. I got some clips up there. So Gibbzy Dan.
Speaking of Instagram, speaking of social media, learn Bajan concept, just so the folks know. This is something that I literally started for shits and giggles on Facebook. Most people know me as a political analyst type of person, but first and foremost, I'm a linguist. The thing I love most about my culture is the language, the dialect. It's make jokes funnier. It's make all the language more raw. You can hear joke any day of the week in Bajan, and the joke funny just because somebody say it in Bajan. Anyhow, I used to got these things that I had in my head for years, and I just said one it was coming up to independence in 2018. I can post this thing on Facebook, and then I found the more that I posted them, and when I go back and look at 2018, no, I'd be laughing at myself. I could see exactly what I was thinking when I posted them, and I was just having fun with it. And then people would start coming at me on the thread like, no, that ain't how my grandfather used to use it, and come debating and thing. So it just used to make the experience richer. So I wanted to take that now and weave a tapestry sort of like for the non-Bajan. If you come in here to visit, these are some of the sort of Bajanisms that you could expect. And they're looking to carry that to the next level now and create a book. So do check us out on Facebook. Do check us out on Instagram. And as I look to release this book before the end of the year, I'll be telling you more about it as these shows go on. Let me move on. Got a little game that I want to play with you. A little word association game. Whether it's an explanation, a story, anything for the public to learn a little bit more about the culture and the dialect. Who sent a call you?
Who sent a call you does normally happen when a person pretty much interject in any sort of conversation or argument that them originally wasn't in. Sometimes it's becoming in with some vital information or it's to correct the two people that talking foolishness. If the man but welcoming you ideas, them is tell you answer who send and call you. And that's you cute to butt out. So
I got about 10 expressions here, including the word shite. And I want you guys to trade them, see if you could get them right. Just anything that comes to mind when you think of the word shite.
10 uses of that.
Yes.
All right. When I see a girl look real good, but you will put man at the end of that window.
Man?
Like, shite, man. Yeah, boy. You understand? That was one day, so.
You make me drop my laptop, boy. I ain't got that one, but that works. Emphasis.
When you get back certain grades from school, especially in tertiary education, because I know you're paying. And, you know, the grades ain't looking too hot. And you take out that slip, no, you're like, shite. You understand? That, you just keep that one to yourself, because you don't want people come and ask you, what will you get in that one? So you be like,
I thought he was the reason you get shite grades.
well, yeah, that you can use it for that too. But I mean, in terms of
adjective,
was bring that expression over here when you see them bad grades, you'd be like, shite.
What about you would refer to a person in a particular way using this word?
You like, shite home?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite Bajan words, boy. Tell you no lie.
I probably use that twice in my life.
What's the imagery?
I don't want to think about it.
I always feel like I never researched this. I never went. Maybe I can actually verify it, right? But the got expression, international expression, a brown noser, and I always get the impression of brown noser is somebody who sniff up behind somebody behind. You know, hounds are not dogs known for investigating and sniffing around. Yeah. So I always get the image of somebody who's be up in somebody behind.
Or well, all the people, all the times I hear shite home get used, it would never be to do with people as kissers or kiss ups. It would just be like somebody just stupid. Like, oh, she's a shite home. He's a shite home. So I never get it like that, but you never know. As I said, there's got so many ways.
I ain't got no way of proving it. That's my take on it. But good show, man. Good show, man. So one thing about Gibbs, long before he ever had the pleasure of meeting the man, making the man acquaintance, his reputation preceded him. And I heard about this man, Gibbzy Dan. I swear I heard this on the radio time too. That I was driving in UE. I was that young. And I won't say how young, how long ago that was. But anyhow, I was driving in UE and I hear men talking on the radio about renowned freestylers, people who are known in Barbados for their freestyle skills. And I hear about this Gibbzy Dan. And then years later, I actually meet the man, start hanging out on the circuit and see as man and that kind of thing. Yeah. So, in inviting the man on the show today, I asked the man if he would be so kind as to drop a little freestyle for the people using strictly Bajan words.
That's all he's used. So
that's all. He did not want to see this list. I is the man planning the show, so I didn't really want the hiccups in front of the camera. So I would have liked you to look at the list first, but he didn't want to see it. So anyhow, no beat. I ain't got no music for this man, but this is a man who's practiced these things home tall. And I got a list here with strictly Bajan words. So let me start it all simple. When you're ready, you can move. Born in Barbados.
All right. I born in Barbados over 30 years ago. And since then, I always had this flow. Now, these are things you know, but these are things you hear. And at the same time, I just keep my voice clear because sometimes I could develop a lot of phlegm. People, I ain't like a lot of them. So I'm a serious man with impact. So all I got to do is sit and look back.
Running boat barefoot.
Running boat barefoot. That's a line from a song. That's the way we used to get down. I remember back in the days when I was young. Listen, your foot get a crumb. A crumb is when you hit your foot up on a rock. And then you lick off the whole top. It start to bleed and skidding out in the road. And you pull it over. But you know, I got the sense of myself because I don't know. And you know, I always bring my own floor. And I always bust my own toe. So let me move on.
Huh? Batter slippers.
Batter slippers. This come in 3 different flavors. Blue, red, and brown.
Correct.
I ain't had them in long. But now I sit back and I really start to study. Them is the ones when you ain't had no money. Them is the ones that when they used to burst out. They used to rub down really fast when they grown. You used to stick a nail between them. That's the truth. That was the number one reason. I pop up with 4 pairs of them. Every summer. My mother used to do a number. That's the truth. She nearly chased me with some lumber.
Rossi shorts.
Rossi shorts, I never wear those. That's the truth because they was a bit too short. So when I see people stepping out the house in them, that whole mission get aboard. People back then used to make you snort. That's the truth, because it was like boom boom shorts. All up in here cutting off circulation. Nah, that's beer imitation.
The flames you used to wear at school.
The flames you used to wear. 3 flavors again. The black, the white, and the brown. I recommend. The black ones for school, the brown ones is an alternate. The white ones for games. And them there's always got to fit. Sometimes I have flames, sometimes I did not. But when I had the flames, them always used to rock. And let me tell you this, flames was the thing, because it was durable and they could stand up against the wind. Sometimes I put them on the line to dry, and when I come back, the day feeling nice.
The University of Waterford.
University of Waterford, Waterford Bottom, Cormier, never be forgotten. That's what part of went school. That's the alma mater. So you don't know that always gonna matter, but at the same time, you know we got a reputation. So you know when the days come, sometimes I gotta hide that little detail, because sometimes people just want to be down in your tail, and you might get a sale. People put in your case. This is Cormerians, we arrogant in any case, and they're always saying that we flaunting in your face, but at the same time, listen man, that's just we wear. People said they don't know where I went to school. They said they didn't know I went to school there because I cool, but that's the way, that's how you will see it. Any day can't keep it secret.
Khaki short pants.
Khaki short pants. What you talking about now?
Lower school. Going to school.
Going to school in khaki short pants. That was rough.
First to third.
I had a lot of plans. First to third form plus primary school. So you don't know that always was the rule. My aim was to get hold of them things quick as possible. Cause they hate them because it was awful. When I passed for Cormier, I didn't even know what the uniform was. So just because I didn't want to go St. Michael's, because it wasn't khaki. It was white. The pants in navy. You understand? So when I passed for Cormier, I was real offset, because then I hear you gotta wear khaki again. Why is a warden? Jesus peace man, well this gonna be a problem. I then on top of that, I stopped down in third form. My own mother firstborn. So yeah.
When you getting green and white.
When I gain green and white, I just feel like a boss. My epaulets, I fling them off. I walk in boat, shirt pocket out. With my mouth just push out. I got a bop and they full of attitude. And you don't know we bad and we rude, and we used to do things all across the school just to make the girls feel that we was the men. When I think about back then, is a real trend that you see the young men, man, that want some guidance counselor to look good. Let me tell you.
When you left school?
When you left school, you look for a job. Hope you can BCC or something so. Or a good youth service and rumble with a horse. Whatever you choose or whatever you chose. I choose to do the tertiary thing because that's where my friends was going to be. So that was the only option there for me. And really and truly, the girls was up to speed. And wherever the girls is, you know I got to be. So that's the truth.
Bashment Soca and crop over.
Bashment Soca and crop over. The two synonymous. Right now, I would just like to let the people know this is a movement. This is something that is a solution to all these things that you want to stomp out, like the Trinidadians and all the illusions, all the accents that you hear infiltrating the radio. Well, let me tell you, Bashment come to blaze it up. So if you like the Bashment, take your hand and raise it up. That's the truth. Listen, man, I got to praise it up. That is something that we didn't need for a long time, and a lot of artists now come and shine. Even the ones that was put on a decline now, they get inspired, so they're back when they rise. So Bashment is something that here to stay, and a man that Gibbzy Dan endorse it every day.
Very excellent.
What?
Excellent. Yo. Excellent. That's my man. That's my man.
Yeah, man.
So that is the show, people. Before we roll out, Gibbs, let the people know what they could expect from you in the coming weeks and the coming months.
So first and foremost, look out for a music video for my song Van Days. Basically highlighting all the wars that all of we would experience in catching van throughout we lives. So if it happened to you, it probably is a song. So I look for that probably within next month or so. Also, I got a song that I'm really excited about that dropping hopefully within a week or so. It named 22 was Weather. Essentially that's about stopping home on a rainy day to do things. I think all Bajans could relate to that. All of we do it at least once. I also doing a song for Independence and one for Christmas. So that is 3 songs and a music video that should all be out by the end of this year. So I got my work cut out for me.
Well, people, this being the Learn Bajan live chat. I want to thank Sun Isle Technology Solutions for putting us on. This is intended to be a bi-weekly show, and we're keeping it informal. We're talking about Bajan. Come here and learn a little something about the culture. So don't forget to check us out, Instagram and Facebook. Look out for more information coming on my book. That'll be coming out via social media, and I'll be bringing some of them Bajans to you that I talk about, security guard and them kind of things via the same book.
Yeah.
So look out for that. Here are my plans for later the year. There's my plans for later in the year. So chat you guys in 2 weeks. This been fun. Thank my engineer, Jamar, for putting me on as well. Thanks, people.